Welcome to Your Mic is Hot, the podcast where we speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life. I'm your host, Julie Eichhoff of the Online School for Voiceover, and I believe that your voice, your story, and your skills are the keys to creating a business that's as unique as you are. And let's dive in. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is Julie. Today, we're going to be talking about something that gets a lot of airtime. I mean, a lot of people talk about it, but it doesn't always come from a place of compassion. And that's where our energy is going to be coming from today. We're going to be talking about marketing in a way that honors your energy, your season in life, and your capacity, while still understanding how to work within the world of algorithms so that you're working with it and not necessarily for it. This episode is called Energy is Greater Than Algorithms, Marketing that Honors Your Capacity. So if you've ever felt like you are falling behind because when you're on social media and you see other people that you follow who are posting all the time and you feel like the only way you can grow is if you are online 24/7, well, this episode is going to be a permission slip for you to not do it that way and still find success. We're going to break down what algorithms actually are, how they work, and how you can show up in a way that keeps you visible and also grounded. So let's start with the basics. Like, what is an algorithm? In the context of social media marketing, an algorithm simply refers to an automated set of rules and calculations that a platform like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn uses to decide what content gets shown, to whom it gets shown, when it gets shown, and how often. These algorithms prioritize certain types of content based on user behavior, engagement, and relevance. Their main goal is this. They want to keep users on their platform longer by showing them content that they're most likely to interact with. That's the key right there. They want to keep people on their platform, so they are going to show the stuff that people are most likely to interact with. They're going to watch it, they're going to comment on it, they're going to save it. And here's how this usually plays out. If you like or comment on or watch a type of content frequently, the algorithm shows you more of it. I dare you on Instagram, go watch some puppy videos, and you will be inundated with lots and lots of more puppy videos. If your post gets early engagement like likes or comments or shares, it may get boosted and shown to more people. Now, if users scroll past your content without interacting, it may actually get deprioritized in the feed. For marketers and content creators, this means you're not just creating content for your audience, you're also creating for the algorithm. The algorithm rewards consistency, engagement, and relevance. But it can also punish sporadic posting or content that doesn't immediately perform well. And that's why many creators feel pressure to post constantly, to stay on trend or chase viral content, all to stay visible in the feed. But there is a different truth here, and that's that your energy and sustainability matter more than chasing algorithm approval. A real connection will always outperform a performance. Let's talk for just a minute here about your capacity, because your capacity, well, it's allowed to change. This is your energy level, the season of life that you're in, the amount of time and energy that you have to allocate to your business. There are seasons in business, there are seasons in life, and seasons in our nervous system. You might have high energy seasons where you feel so much creative energy that you can create lots of content and batch it. You can get content prepared for future use, and it feels easy. But then there are also low energy seasons where if you even had to post once a week, it feels like a lot. Maybe there's a lot going on in your life. You can have creative surges where you're inspired to write and share every day. But you can also have rest cycles where silence feels sacred and very important to you. Now, none of these are wrong. What matters is knowing what season you're in and building your visibility around that. So ask yourself, what is my energy like right now? How much bandwidth do I actually have to show up? And remember, a rested creator is more impactful than a burnt out broadcaster. And so, how do you find a middle ground between your high energy periods and your low energy periods? You can absolutely work with the algorithm without working yourself into the ground. The key is to be intentional, strategic, and protective of your time and energy. And here's how. Number 1, pick one core platform. Don't try to be everywhere. Choose one platform where your audience is active and where your content style feels natural. So, for example, if email is your thing because you love long-form writing and thoughtful connection, that could be your one platform. Instagram would be great if visuals and stories and short-form content energize you. Podcasting, fabulous if you love to speak and share audio. YouTube, if video is your thing, tutorials, things like that. And LinkedIn if you thrive in more of a professional, value-driven conversation. So pick one that fits your strengths and energy, and then show up well there, that one place, not necessarily everywhere. This lets you focus your energy and be consistent without spreading yourself too thin. Okay, number 2 is consider a consistency rhythm that works for you. The algorithm loves consistency, but that doesn't have to mean daily content. You can pick a realistic pace that you can stick to for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, a year, whatever it is. So if a light touch rhythm sounds good for you, that might mean posting just once a week, but doing it every week, or sending an email once a month, or doing one visibility thing per quarter. Maybe it's a guest interview or a collaboration. But a light touch means you're not overdoing it, but it's something you can handle consistently and you know you won't fall down on it. This is the minimum you're able to do. Now, if you have a little bit more energy than that, you could try it more of a steady rhythm, which is maybe having a weekly blog, a weekly podcast, something like that you share on social media. Maybe you're sending emails twice a week. Maybe it's 2 to 3 posts on social media per week. You're amping it up a little bit, but it's still consistent and it stays the same for a long time. And then you can also have a high energy spirit or a high energy sprint period, where maybe you have a 30-day content burst with daily engagement, lots of posts, and then you rest and reset after that. The main thing is to pick a rhythm that matches your season, not somebody else's standard, not necessarily the algorithm, but consistency is the key. So the point here is find a rhythm that works for you, something that you can do consistently. It's more important that you are consistent, even if it is less than if you are inconsistent. All right? So be consistent. Number 3, this idea is super helpful when you have kind of a roller coaster life, which I often find with me, where I have periods with lots of energy and ample time, and then I have periods with almost no extra time for anything creative. And so batching and repurposing content can be your best friend then. So batching simply means that when you have time to create content, create lots of it, and then you can schedule it out ahead of you on your schedule. So if you know your next 3 weeks are going to be busy, but you want to stay consistent, create a whole bunch of content in one period and have it ready to use over the next few weeks. Now, it's easy to repurpose content, and that's a great way to create a batch of content. So let's say you create a video that you intend to show via email to your email list. Well, you can cut that down and create a reel. You could obviously send that in an email. You could cut that down into several different posts for Facebook or Instagram. One piece of content can be broken down and used in lots of different ways. And if you batch it, you do it all at once, and then you have it ready to use over the next time period. So this makes your content go further without you burning out. Number 4 is to use engagement triggers authentically. Now remember, consistency is rewarded, but so is engagement. You need people to like you, follow you, comment, and save your stuff. And you want to do this authentically. So you can ask questions in your captions, in your posts, and make sure and respond to anybody who makes a comment. Use relevant hashtags if you are on Instagram. Reply to direct messages and comments. Anytime somebody comments, make another comment back. You can share polls. Anything that gets your people to interact with whatever it is you are posting. These actions boost engagement, which the algorithm loves, and they also build real relationships. All right, number 5 is to share meaningful content that resonates with your people. The algorithm favors content that gets saves, shares, comments, so prioritize your relatable stories, how-to tips, encouragement, real talk posts, content that makes people say, gosh, I feel the same way, or I think she can see me. You know, that connection that you can get with people when you feel like they have just found whatever your problem is and they're offering a solution. If your audience feels seen or helped, they'll engage, and that teaches the algorithm to keep showing your stuff. And number 6 is accept quiet periods without panic. Sometimes engagement dips, and that's normal. Don't let the algorithm dictate your worth. You don't have to completely change what you're doing. Get back on track with being consistent and trying to get more engagement. Take breaks when you need. That's when your batching comes into play. And then you can come back later and lead with authenticity again. And you can even be honest and say, hey, I took a pause there. Here's what I've been reflecting on. That shows that you're human, not weak. You're human. Things happen. Now, sometimes people say, gosh, what happens if I fall off the radar? What happens if I don't show up enough? And what if the algorithm buries me? Well, yes, that can happen. Consistency does help with your reach, but connection beats reach every single time. So if your content resonates, people will find you. If your offers are clear, people will remember you. If your voice feels real, people will follow you. So trust that. And remember, your mental health matters more than your metrics. So if you need a break, if you need to slow down, you can take one. But by all means, please have something batched so you can keep your consistency going. And then when your energy is up and you have more time, keep creating. Your goal is consistency as well as connection. So that's not weakness, that's leadership. Okay, we do have a micro challenge for you this week, and this is to balance your visibility plan. Our goal with your micro challenge is to build a visibility plan that serves both things, your energy and the algorithm. So we still want you to do things right. We just want you to do things in a way that works for you. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. I'd like you to write them down on paper or in a notes app. First question is, what platform do you feel most natural on right now? If you had to pick only one platform, social media platform to market your business, what's the one you'd use? Number 2, what's a sustainable content rhythm that you can commit to for the next 90 days? So is this going to be something that's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? What works for you? What is sustainable? Number 3, what's one content type that you can repurpose easily? Think of something that you've made before. Is it a blog post? Is it a video? Is it a podcast episode? What can you repurpose and how can you repurpose it? Number 4, what engagement triggers will you plan to use or will you experiment with? Questions, polls. How are you going to get people to start commenting and liking and saving your stuff? And number 5, what boundary do I need to set so that my visibility strategy doesn't become a drain? You're going to set limits for yourself. Find ways to batch some content so you have it on reserve when you need it, but look back on what you set up as your most natural rhythm and block it out on your calendar. Make sure you're committing to it, but don't feel like you have to do more. I want you to protect your boundaries. Give that a try for the next month, 2 months, 3 months. Don't chase the algorithm, but train it to know your rhythm. All right, so remember, you don't have to post every day. You don't have to chase trends. And you don't have to choose between growth and peace. You can protect your energy. You can use your energy when you have it. You can show up with intention and focus on connection. Let the algorithm learn you instead of you chasing it. And most of all, remember, Your mic is hot. You have something to say, and people are there ready to listen. But your energy is sacred, and the right people are still watching, still listening, still waiting for your next move. Until next time, remember, your mic is hot. And just in case, if you have interest in becoming a voice artist, please check out my free mini course, Intro to Voiceovers. You'll find a link to it in the show notes. It's a Q&A session that should help answer all those questions you have going on in your head, wondering how you could make it happen. So find the show notes, check out the link for the free mini course, Intro to Voiceover. Thanks for tuning in to Your Mic is Hot. If today's episode got you thinking, dreaming, or planning, share it with a friend, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Remember, your mic is hot. The world's waiting. Speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life.